I was talking to a client today who is 2, 3 years away from retirement, and we've always talked about them buying a house and moving to be closer near family once they retire. And today they informed me that rather than buying a house, I think they're probably going to rent, which is kind of a weird thing to think about because normally, in our society, the accepted progression is that one would go through college, get married, buy a home, and fill it with kids. That's kind of the normal, generally accepted way that people go through their lives. A home is almost seen like a status symbol, as a stepping stone into your adulthood. And so it's kind of weird to hear that someone would want to rent instead of own. And if you're a realtor watching this, I'm sure you've said the words, why rent when you can own? And I get it. I own a house myself. But this is a great example of why we don't just follow those rules of thumb all the time, and why it makes sense to do some personal financial planning and maybe even meeting with a professional who can help you do that. So in this case, this is going to be cheaper for them. It's going to give them more flexibility in order to travel to be where their family is. And it's not going to require them to do as much maintenance and upkeep in the latter years of their life. So this is just yet another example of why we don't just read what we see online, don't just read those rules of thumb, and this is how you do things, and adhere to the status quo. Is yet another reason why it makes sense to do a personal plan and to build goals that match your why for what you want to do in the future.